So here I am, flat on my back, staring at the ceiling, barely able to move a muscle. Again, you'd think I'd get used to this, but no, it's still terrifying every time. My body's frozen, my mind's racing, and all I can do is wait for it to pass. Only this time, it's worse. It's been going on for, what, an hour, maybe more. Usually I'm free after a few minutes. But tonight, this is the worst episode I've had in weeks, and honestly, I know exactly why. It's him, Charlie Moregrave. God, I'm such a stupid girl. I fell for him, fell hard. That handsome face, the way he dressed, how he could talk about anything, and just leave me hanging on every word. I was mesmerized. And now I'm lying here, paralyzed in bed, and I know deep down that this isn't just some random sleep disorder. No, this is him. Charlie's doing this to me. Somehow, it's a psychic attack. He's in my head. Well, let me back up a bit. It all started about a month ago. I was out with my girls, Susan and Piper. Just a regular night at the bar, having some drinks when this guy, Charlie, walks in. He was charming, mysterious. Said he was in town for business and needed someone to show him around. And I, like a fool, volunteered. When I asked him what business he was in, he smiled and said, "I'm a collector." I laughed because who even says that? So I asked him, "Well, what do you collect?" And without missing a beat, he said, "I'm a collector of very unusual things." What I didn't know at the time was just how unusual things was just how unusual. I was so taken in. I showed him around town, took him to fancy restaurants, and even this old theater to see a play. He was always so generous, always insisting on the most expensive places. I thought it was love at first sight, this whirlwind romance. But after a week, things started to change. He got distant, cold. Said he had important friends in town, people he had to meet, and that he'd be gone for a while. A few days later, just after visiting my parents in Brooklyn, I was about to catch a cab back home when I saw Charlie with one of his so-called important friends, and I was heartbroken. She was a pretty redhead, and it was clear to me that they were more than just friends. I was of course very upset, and also somewhat jealous, but I restrained myself from confronting him. And when I returned home, that is when I burst into tears. That night is when the nightmare started. Always the same one. Charlie and this group of people in a creepy basement with an eerie yellow light bulb and a frightened woman tied to a chair. Yes, the redhead that I saw Charlie with, and somehow I know that she is one of the prostitutes from Times Square that has gone missing. I also realize what Charlie meant when he said he was a collector of unusual things. Every night I'd wake up from that dream in a state of sleep paralysis. It's like I'm locked in my own body. But the worst part is, I can feel him watching me, enjoying every moment. I know that he's on his way here, and if I cannot pull myself out of this paralysis before he gets here, then I'm as good as dead.